Welcome to Matt McDermott Music. In this video, we're going to learn the synth solo from Learning to Live. You want to make sure on your saw lead on your keyboard, mine is just the simple saw lead on the chord Kronos. I didn't change anything. You want to make sure though that your pitch bend is bending up a whole step and bending down a whole step, right? Bending up 2 semitones, down 2 semitones. Most of the time that's the default, so you should be fine. If you can edit that, then great. You know, if it's not right and you have a good sound for it. Otherwise, if you can edit it, then edit it. We're going to do it phrase by phrase. So here's the first short phrase. All right. Real easy. We're just going down a E minor pentatonic scale, starting on the 7th, starting on D. But we start with this weird little pre-bend. All right, we bend it before we bend.
What does it mean to pre-board? You get on before you get on?
Before we hit the note. So we have it bent. We bend it right? So we let it come up right as we're hitting the note. And then we bend as we're going down to the A. He does not do this. It's a different sound. Right? That's not what he does. He does. You have to listen really closely to make sure that is smooth. We don't want this. All right, so that's that first part. That's the fingering I do. That's the fingering that is in the Dream Theater keyboard anthology. So that's probably the fingering Jordan Rudess does, not the fingering Kevin originally did. I'm not sure what Kevin originally did. All right, next phrase. Some nice bends in there as well. Again, we're mostly in an E minor pentatonic. But we have this blue note. We have that B flat in there. We don't play it, but we bend up to it. It's very quick, but we do bend up to a B flat. All right, we start by bending up to the E at the beginning, right? And then we play an E normally right after that. So his bending is very interesting. It's a little strange. So this first part is all E blues. Then, when we switch to the B minor 7 chord, we outline a B minor 7 chord. Right? Then we go back to E blues or E minor pentatonic. Let's hear that whole phrase again. And like this last note, we want to release that at the right time. We don't want to hold it too long. That's, that bend up at the end is just a little tag at the end. Okay, next part. So this next part, mostly E minor pentatonic with, we do have an F sharp in there when we get to the B minor chord. F sharp's in a B minor 7 chord, right? So it makes sense. All right, he's playing around the changes for sure. All right, so we have one weird part here with the bending technique. We hit this A when we get to the E minor chord. We hit this A, and we bend up to B. Right, we hit the A, we bend up to B, we bend, that we keep it bent when we move to that F and then back to the A, all bent, right? Before we release it to the A towards the end of the measure. That's a really cool technique that he does too, with the bending. Last phrase before we join the guitar. Now, this I actually find to be the trickiest bends because they happen so quickly. And the first one's just up to a B flat, and then the second one's up to a B. You do want to bend the correct amount. It does make a difference. You can hear the difference. It's very subtle, but you can hear it. It's really not that subtle. You can definitely hear it. Right? We want to bend up just to B flat there. Yeah, let's hear that part quickly. Now you join the guitar, or the guitar joins the keyboards, right? It's no longer really a solo. The guitar is joining us. It's like a duet between the guitar and the keyboard. Let's hear it from there. All right, so we have all these parts where I'm pushing this forward. That's my modulation on here, right? So you might have a separate mod wheel. This joystick does pitch bending this way, and it does modulation if I push it forward. So whatever you have, you do want to put some vibrato. You know, you can even do that manually with the pitch bend, like. Right, I tend not to do that anymore. I used to do that more when I had a wheel. Let's hear that phrase at the tempo. Next phrase, this will bring us to the end. Same kind of thing. We're doing these vibratos and we have a couple little bends. So. And these are the tricky bends, I think, kind of, when you're bending down, and then you go to another note. You don't want to bend all the way down and hold it, right? We don't actually like hear that song. That sounds like a weird version of Pull Me Under. But we just want. So I'm actually not quite getting the joystick all the way all the way down, right? I'm not quite getting it all the way down, or if I do get it all the way down, it's right after that I'm releasing it because I got to go to the C. And we have the D. Just listen. You know, I have the rhythm written out of the bends. But just listen to it. Just listen to it and you'll get it. And if you've listened to the solo a lot, that'll make it way easier. The more you know how it goes, you know, if you can sing along to it, you'll be able to do all these bends. Thanks for watching Matt McDermott Music. Please like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell!
Like and subscribe, if you like this video, then like and subscribe.